Japanese has syllables too.
So not every language has Moras?
Every language has, no, not every language has Moras.
How would a language
That
not
one's
have
tough. Huh?
How would a language not have Moras?
Languages, not all languages have anything in the grammar that refers to Moras. That's what I want to say. They may all have Moras, but you can't tell in a lot of languages. I don't know. If a language has long vowels versus short vowels, it has Moras. Okay? But not all languages have vowel length or diphthongs. So there are some languages that have only open syllables and no codas, then no long and short vowels that may not have any Moras. I actually don't know any evidence for Moras in Hmong. They may have Moras in Hmong, but I don't know any reason to think that based on the way the sounds work. So Hmong is a language that may not have Moras. But anyway, some people think that Moras and syllables are the same thing in different languages. That's not true. Most languages have both Moras and syllables. That's true for Japanese, Arabic, English, Spanish. We'll go through that now. So, let's try this. So, Masaki, if I may, can you do this for Kawasaki?
Okay. Kawasaki.
Okay, and so that'd be 4, right?
Yes.
Okay, and Suzuki?
Suzuki.
3?
Yes. Honda.
Sweet, right? 3. Everybody else who's not Japanese wants to say 2. Honda has 2 syllables and 3 Moras. Okay, we'll do a few more here.
Hokkaido. Hokkaido.
6, right? I'm guessing everybody else is thinking about 3. Hokkaido, right? It does have 3 syllables, even in Japanese, but it does have 6 Moras, even in English. I'll show you that when we do English stress. English actually has to know, your brain has to know the number of Moras to do English stress or Arabic stress too. But Japanese speakers, the cool thing about them is they can count these things out easily. Hokkaido. Crap, I can't do it. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay, I got it right.
Hokkaido.
Wait. Right? And you can't even do it, right? So, Scott, just try doing it 6 times and saying Hokkaido.
Hokkaido.
Sweet. Okay, that's pretty good. But where you go, because here's how I do it. I go, okay, do 6 and say Hokkaido. Hokkaido. I just lose track. I find it very, very difficult as an English speaker to count the Moras in here. But Japanese speakers generally, except trained ones like you, find it difficult to know how many syllables there are. So I guess and how does this work in elementary school? Do children go Hokkaido?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, we have 1 letter for each Mora.
Yeah, right.
So that's very easy for children to.
Cool. So it can be used for literacy, right?
Yes.
Right. So one of the Japanese has 3 writing systems, right? But one of them has one letter per Mora,
Yes.
and that's sweet. This is the one that most linguists, at least in the U.S., call a syllabary, which is sad because they're not counting syllables, right? They're counting Moras, so it should be called a Morabary. It sounds stupid, but Japanese has a Morabary, 1 syllable per Mora. Many languages do. But, okay, so whatever, Hokkaido. How about Tokyo?
Tokyo.
4. And everybody else got 2, right?
Kyoto.
3. Okay, so anybody want to have a clue what he's doing?
Well, for Tokyo, it's the long vowels, right?
Cool.
Yeah.
Long vowels get 2.
Right.
And short vowels get 1. And we're there for a lot of it, right? So Kawasaki, 4 short vowels. Kawasaki. Suzuki, those were short vowels. Sweet. Honda. What the hell? Why does it get 3? The Okay. So now let's go to, what's a word that begins with a nasal? Nissan.
Oh.
Okay. Nissan has 4, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, let's just think about that one. We can actually reduce how Japanese people. So, Holly, the hint is it's not nasals. Nissan has 4. I put a dot in there so we can see the syllables break. That will help a whole lot. One of the Moras goes with each vowel, right? They're short vowels. Remember, we're talking about syllables and stuff here. Cool. Sounds not in the onset? Is that what you said? Yes? No. No. So that just hurt our Japanese people. No, that's not it. And what would that be? Word initial nasals have Moras? Lots of them? No, that's not it.
The onsets don't get them,
Yes.
but the codas and the vowels get them. Long
Cool.
vowels too.
Onsets don't get them. Codas do get them. And long vowels get 2. That's how it works in classical Arabic poetry, in Greek poetry, in classical Latin poetry, in English stress, oh, and in Japanese too. Okay, so again, it really helps if we have dots in here. Short vowels each get 1. Codas get 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. 1, 2, because it's a coda. 3, 4, 5. That's a short dough?
That's a long
That's a
vowel.
long vowel, sorry. So that should be 6. Yeah. Okay, and now we'll do some poetry because we can. This is what you just figured out. Sweet. We don't care what it means. It's just poetry. This is called tanka, one of the kinds of classical Japanese poetry. Masaki, could you read it? I'm sorry, the left part is cut off a little bit.
Could you please raise the screen so that I can see it? I mean, all the way up. Oh no, it's the same. I see.
It's the same. You want to look here?
Okay.
I have. It's the left part is cut out. I'm sorry.
この頃の心の底をよそに見ばしかなくのべの秋の夕暮れ
Sweet. Okay, so if we count those now, let's have you guys count them. Gono, goro, no. 5. Now it's like a bidding war, right? Okay, this one?
Moras?
Yeah, Moras. Yeah, it can't be syllables because Japanese people can't do that. You're counting Moras? No, sorry, for the whole line.
Oh.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next line? Sorry, it's a consonant here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this tanka poem goes 5, 7, 5, 7, 7. Cool. Oh, and it means something. Here's a translation. These are called death poems. Apparently in Japan, correct me when I'm wrong, when you get ready to die, like at some point you're going to die, it's good to get your death poem written. Tanka is a good way of writing a death poem. And that way when you die, you'll be ready. You'll have your death poem all done. And they go 5, 7, 5, 7, 7. Cool. Let's do another one here. Sorry. These are actually supposed to, could you read it out loud the traditional cool way?
Okay. この頃の心の底をよそに見ばしかなくのべの秋の夕暮れ
Cool. So the cool way to read Japanese poetry is with little pauses that he had here, right? You tend to have 3 here, 1 here, 3 here, 1 here, and 3 here. Of course, you can't hear those because it's the end of the poem. So it's 5 loud ones, 3 quiet ones, 7 loud ones, 1 quiet one. 5. What's the real meter here? 8. It's just like the Spanish poem we looked at, right? 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. But the sweet Japanese thing about it is it's 8, you can only hear 5. 8, you can only hear 7. 8, you can only hear 5. That's so odd, right? That's so Japanese, right? What a lovely thing. It's really 8s, but you never hear 8s. You hear 5, 7, 5, 7, 7. But really it's 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. We have a graduate student, you know, or she used to be a graduate, Tomoko. And she didn't believe this when, I think she went to a bad high school in Japan. She didn't believe this, so she called her mother long distance in Japan and said, "Mom, do you remember any tankas or with haiku too?" And her mother read one out, and Tomoko said, "You could hear the pauses." Yeah. It's like 5, 7, 5. She said you could just hear it. You could count them out. There's something like 120 milliseconds, right, per mora in Japanese. Something like that, you know, in a hurry, battlefield situation, maybe not so much. If you have a lot of time, you can go 140 seconds or whatever, but roughly 120 seconds worth of speech in Japanese is a mora, roughly. And then in all languages it should be that way. It's just we have other complicating, ugly factors like stress and whatever. Okay, we good? I guess class is over. Thank you, Masaki, for helping. It's so much better to actually see the real thing.